Following the death of his mother young, Noor decides to become an adventurer. At the royal capital, the guild master informs him he must attend training school first. After several months, Noor fails every class as he cannot learn basic skills except a basic skill to parry opponents' attacks with a sword, but this is not enough for the guild master to hire him. Noor returns home and decides to master parrying. After 10 years, Noor, now a young man, can parry 1,000 swords a second and returns to the guild. Taking pity on him, the master hires him as a lowly F rank. He is not allowed to go on real quests but can earn money doing manual labor around the city. One day, while working near a cave, he hears a cry for help inside and finds noble Lady Lin and her guards being attacked by a minotaur. With most of the guards dead, Noor defends her using only his parry skill. Eventually, his sword breaks, but his last desperate parry not only disarms the minotaur, it is beheaded with its own axe. Lin attempts to thank him, but he leaves without revealing his name, embarrassed at how difficult the fight was and determined to train even harder. Lin's brother Lord Rain discovers the Minotaur was magically summoned to assassinate Lin by King Daridas of the magic empire of Daridas to provoke war, after which Daridas could claim the kingdom's labyrinth of the lost. Despite hearing rumors of a mystery warrior who defeated a Minotaur, Noor doesn't realize it refers to himself, as he is under the impression he only killed a magically mutated cow. Lin even tracks him down to reward him, but due to his misunderstanding, he refuses to accept any reward and instead grudgingly agrees to meet her father. Upon arriving at her home, Noor learns Lin is actually Lady Lindbergh Clays, but doesn't realize her father is the king, even after meeting him in the throne room. Unwilling to let him leave without a reward, the king gives Noor his own sword from his adventuring days, a massive two-handed great sword Noor plans only to use as a shovel to clear the city drains easier. Lin's bodyguard Ines warns him next time he meets the king not to be so casual, with Noor somehow still not realizing he just met the king. Before he can leave, he is confronted by another bodyguard, the spearman Gilbert, who is interested in his abilities. Gilbert insists on a mock duel. Noor naturally dodges or parries all of Gilbert's strikes and assumes Gilbert is going easy on him. Gilbert is shocked when Noor suddenly declares Gilbert won, as Noor has already convinced himself he will lose. Gilbert feels great humiliation at being handed victory when he's so obviously lost. He also cannot understand Noor's technique, as Noor moves so fast that his feet crack the stone floor. Noor is saddened he is so weak that Gilbert had to go easy on him and returns to work, where he finds the king's sword really is perfect for clearing sewers. Lin seeks him out and asks to be his page. Noor refuses, believing he doesn't have anything he could teach her, and demonstrates the few level 1 magic skills he possesses despite spending years at the adventurer training school. Lin suddenly realizes Noor is the infamous Talentless, the boy who completed every training course the school offered with only level 1 skills. What is unknown to Noor is that he has refined his level 1 skills so much they have surpassed what even Professor Oaken the Royal Magician is capable of. Desiring such strength for when she one day becomes queen, Lin refuses to accept Noor's rejection and swears she will follow him everywhere he goes until she deduces the source of his strength. Rain cannot believe the king gave Noor the Black Blade, a sword looted from the deepest explored level of the dungeon and immune to both physical and magical damage, despite already being heavily damaged. His only conclusion is the king wants Noor to do something important. Noor goes to get another laboring job, but with B-rank Lin as his partner, they are instead sent to hunt goblins outside the city, exciting Noor, though he regrets he had to take advantage of Lin's rank. In the forest, they discover an extremely rare goblin emperor. Noor, having never seen a goblin before, assumes it is a normal goblin and throws himself into the fight to prove he is as strong as other adventurers. Lin mistakes his enthusiasm for pre-knowledge of the Emperor's existence and a desire to kill it in secret to stop other adventurers being killed. Working together, Noor knocks loose the Mana Stone in the Emperor's forehead, allowing Lin to kill it with fire. Noor mistakenly concludes he is not yet strong enough if he can't defeat a goblin by himself. Rain suspects the Emperor was another assassination plot by the Daridas Empire. Noor returns to the guild and reports he only killed one goblin, only to discover since they burned the body and didn't bring any evidence of the killing, they won't even be paid for completing the job. Based on evidence, Rain starts preparing the country for invasion by the Derida's empire. This includes sending Noor, Ines, and Lin to scout the Tauros Mountains, though this is just a subterfuge that would allow Lin to escape to the friendly nation of the Metrotheocracy. Ines recalls discovering her power of Holy Shield as a child and being trained to use it by her foster father, Sir Dandald. Several times she heard him praising a man he knew called Noor and became jealous of that praise. Despite her attempt to rise above it, her jealousy has only increased since meeting Noor herself. Monsters begin attacking the city while in the mountains. Noor encounters a Black Death dragon being controlled by a young demon folk boy. Ines considers the boy an enemy as demon folk have been enemies of humans for generations. Noor rushes in to protect the boy when the dragon gets free. Assuming from its weakness, it is merely an overgrown frog, but he is quickly affected by the dragon's deadly poison. Ines restrains Lin from trying to help, but seeing Noor fight on, even on the edge of death, makes her realize why Dandalg admired him, and that instead of being jealous, she should strive to become a warrior like Noor. The boy, who has been abused all his life just for being born a demon folk, was offered freedom if he used his abilities to attack the kingdom. Having lost control of the dragon, he cannot understand why Noor is protecting him. Despite being poisoned himself, Noor uses healing magic on the boy. It is shown via flashback that Noor accidentally poisoned himself as a boy and then did it repeatedly as he realized he gained a tolerance to poisons. With the poison neutralized, he traps the dragon's mouth shut with his next parry, and the pressure of the trapped poison gas causes the dragon to explode. The boy tries to admit bringing the dragon there for war, but Noor, with his habit of eating poisonous animals, believes the boy was taking the frog to the kingdom to sell as meat and is impressed by his demon folk abilities, which he is certain would be of great value to the kingdom. Lin doesn't trust the boy until Ines points out the clear evidence he was raised a slave to be used as a child soldier. Lin insists on taking the boy, Rollo, with them even though demon folk are forbidden from entering the Metrotheocracy. At that moment, a strange man appears. The stranger intends to return Rollo's corpse to his owners. Noor barely parries his attacks to protect Rollo. Ines identifies the stranger as Deadman Zidu, an S-rank adventurer who used his abilities for both quests and heinous crimes, including the destruction of an entire country by killing all its soldiers and then murdering the royal family. Due to his abilities and wealth, no one can bring him to justice, so most governments simply declared him dead, then left him alone. Against Noor's sword, Zidu breaks all his daggers, even ones made of mithril and dragon teeth, so he draws his ultimate weapon, Silver Cross. Using Dwarven Alchemy, Silver Cross can split into hundreds of knives to attack all at once. Ines assists with her Holy Shield, allowing Noor to destroy Silver Cross by throwing teeth from the Death Dragon to shatter it. With no weapons left, Zidu departs, but taunts them that something big is happening in the royal capital. Rollo confirms another demon folk is taking an even stronger monster to destroy the capital. They immediately rush to return there with Lin confident Noor can save them. At the capital, Rain witnesses the arrival of the monster, a titanic dragon of calamity. Rain tries to start an evacuation, but someone uses magic to block the roads, and the Sovereign Six, a group of strongest adventurers, have all been lured away beforehand on other jobs. Even with everyone else terrified, Noor is somehow confident the dragon is no stronger than the Goblin Emperor and should be easily defeated. Lin's father can't believe King Deridas would go this far just to take control of their dungeon. To save his people, he approaches the dragon himself, hoping to at least blind it before his death. Ines and Lin combine their magic for a spell to get Noor back to the city faster than a bullet. As he cannot control his speed or trajectory, Noor ends up hitting the dragon right in the head. Despite its colossal size, Noor is still capable of parrying its attacks, damaging its claws and scales with ease. Rollo uses his powers to help Ines and Lin defeat goblins. Rollo senses the dragon, being deeply prideful, is frustrated Noor isn't treating it like a threat. With his next parry, Nor snaps one of its fangs, causing it to fall over. Rollo is amazed to sense the dragon actually submitting to Nor, having lost its will to fight. Nor is convinced the dragon only stopped because Rollo told it to. With Rollo translating, the dragon claims Nor is now its master, but Nor assumes it is referring to Rollo and merely tells the dragon to go home. As it flies away, it is shot down by a mana cannon from King Daridas, whose army is now in position to finish taking the city. Daridas fires the cannon again to get rid of Lin, and especially the troublesome Ines and her holy shield. Amazingly, Nor parries the blast harmlessly into the sky. Using the same high-speed spell as before, Lin fires Nor at the army, where he parries thousands of swords into the air, unintentionally defeating half the army when the swords fall back to earth, injuring the soldiers they land on. Daridas is terrified to see Nor wielding the Black Blade, the whole reason he wanted the dungeon in the first place. As even Lin's father, the Hero King, had to use both hands to lift its massive weight, Daridas realizes Nor, who swings it easily with one hand, might just be the strongest, most dangerous man alive. In front of his entire army, Daridas wets himself in fear and flees in disgrace. Following Daridas' retreat, a flashback shows Nor was actually focusing solely on disarming the soldiers. He never realized Daridas was the enemy commander and assumed he was a harmless old man. Therefore, Nor's monstrous face that terrified Daridas was actually Nor trying to do a reassuring smile whilst exhausted. Having pushed himself too hard, Nor nearly faints but is rescued by Gilbert and his master Sig, one of the Sovereign Six. It is revealed the Sovereign Six are all instructors at the adventurer training schools, meaning at various times Nor actually received training from all six of them, and they all remember Nor fondly. They regret Daridas escaped, but Nor has a sudden idea how to catch him. Reaching the still-alive dragon, it is healed by Sovereign Sane and agrees to transport everyone in hunting Daridas, including Sovereign Karu and Rain, though again Nor believes it is Rollo's power that made the dragon agree. After they depart, Sig shares his pride with Sovereign Dandao that despite failing the training schools as a boy, Nor has grown and surpassed the Sovereign Six a long time ago. They catch up to Daridas and pursue him over the border into the Empire's territory. Despite the danger, no one quite notices Nor has fallen asleep from fatigue. Daridas makes it to his castle and orders activation of an even larger cannon that automatically targets the dragon's mana. Nor parries this too, breaking the shot into chunks that automatically target the Empire's mana generators as they fall. Without the generators, the city shuts down. Nor, having accidentally fallen off the dragon, lands in Daridas' throne room just as his generals try to assassinate him to end the war. Unable to grasp what is happening, Nor parries everything, saving Daridas' life. Fortunately, the others arrive, so Nor lets them take over. As soon as Nor leaves, Rain blames Daridas for the deaths of 127 citizens during his invasion. With his general's agreement, Rain sentences Daridas to suffer the same 127 deaths by crushing, burning, and being torn apart by monsters, albeit without actually dying thanks to Sane's healing magic. Daridas' grandson replaces him as emperor, but due to his youth he is placed under guardianship of the general's leader, Imperial Sorcerer Randius, who gratefully declares a new friendship between the Empire and the kingdom. Returning home, the king insists Nor accept a reward, so Nor requests kingdom citizenship for Rollo. Even though this would cause trouble with the Mitra holy theocracy, the king agrees and sends Rollo to live with Ines, where he finally gets to sleep in a real bed and try delicious food.